Torah portion number 54 is entitled Vezot Ha-Braha, titled And This is the Blessing. It's taken from Deuteronomy chapter 33 through chapter 34, verse 12. The Haftarah is taken from Joshua chapter 1, and the Apostolic is taken from the book of Acts chapter 1, verses 1 through 14. Deuteronomy 33. And this is the blessing with which Moshe, the man of Elohim, blessed the children of Israel before his death. And he said, Yehovah came from Sinai and rose from Seir for them. He shone forth from Mount Paran and came with 10,000s of set-apart ones, at his right hand a law of fire for them. Indeed, he loves the peoples. All his set-apart ones are in your hand, and they sit down at your feet, receiving your words. Moshe commanded us a Torah, an inheritance of the assembly of Jacob. And he was sovereign in Yeshurun, when the heads of the people were gathered, the tribes of Israel. Let Reuben live and not die, and let his men be numbered. And this of Yehudah, and he said, Hear Yehovah, the voice of Yehudah, and bring him to his people. His hands shall fight for him, and you be a help against his enemies. And of Levi he said, Your Tumim and your Urim belong to your kind one, whom you tried at Massah, whom you contended at the waters of Meribah, who said of his father and mother, I have not seen them. And he did not acknowledge his brothers, or know his own children, for they have guarded your word, and watched over your covenant. They teach your right rulings to Jacob, and your Torah to Yisrael. They put incense before you, and a complete burnt offering on your altar. O Yehovah, bless his strength, and accept the work of his hands. Smite the loins of those who rise against him, and of those who hate him, that they rise no more. Of Benjamin he said, Let the beloved of Yehovah dwell in safety by him, shielding him all the day, as he dwells between his shoulders. And of Joseph he said, Blessed of Yehovah is his land, with the choicest from the heavens, with the dew and the deep lying beneath, with the choice fruits of the sun, with the choice yield of the months, with the finest of the ancient mountains, with the choicest of the everlasting hills, with the choicest of the earth and all that fills it, with the good pleasure of him who dwelt in the bush. Let it come on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him who was separate from his brothers. His splendor is like a firstborn bull, and his horns are like the horns of the wild ox. With them he pushes the peoples to the end of the earth. And they are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh. And of Zebulun he said, Rejoice, O Zebulun, in your going out, and Issachar in your tents. They call peoples to the mountain. There they bring offerings of righteousness, for they draw from the riches of the seas, and the treasures hidden in the sand. And of Gad he said, Blessed is he who enlarges Gad. He dwells as a lion, and shall tear off the arm, also the crown. And he chooses the best for himself, for there the portion of the lawgiver was hidden. And he came with the heads of the people. The righteousness of Yehovah he did, and his right rulings with Yisrael. And of Dan he said, Dan is a lion's cub that leaps from Bashan. And of Naphtali he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with pleasure, and filled with the blessing of Yehovah, possess the west and the south. And of Asher he said, Asher is the most blessed of sons. Let him be accepted by his brothers, and dip his foot in oil. Your sandals are iron and bronze, and your strength as your days. O Yeshurun, there is no one like El, riding the heavens to help you, and on the clouds in his excellency. The Elohim of old is a refuge, and beneath are everlasting arms. And he drives out the enemy from before you and says, Destroy. Thus Israel dwells in safety, the fountain of Jacob alone, in a land of grain and new wine. His heavens also drop down dew. Blessed are you, O Israel, who is like you, a people saved by Yehovah, the shield of your help, and he who is the sword of your excellency. And your enemies are subdued for you, and you tread down their high places. Deuteronomy 34. And Moshe went up from the desert plains of Moab to Mount Nebo, to the top of Pisgah, which is opposite Jericho. And Jehovah showed him all the land of Gilad as far as Dan, and all Naphtali, and the land of Ephraim and Manasseh, all the land of Yehudah as far as the western sea, and the Negeb, and the plain of the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees, as far as Sawar. And Jehovah said to him, This is the land of which I swore to Abraham, to Yitzhak, and to Jacob, saying, To your seed I give it. I have let you look at it with your eyes, but you do not pass over there. And Moshe, the servant of Jehovah, died there in the land of Moab, according to the mouth of Jehovah. And he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab, opposite Beth Peor, and no one knows his burial place to this day. And Moshe was 120 years old when he died. His eyes were not dim, nor his freshness gone. And the children of Israel wept for Moshe in the desert plains of Moab 30 days. And the days of weeping and mourning for Moshe were completed. And Yehoshua, son of Nun, was filled with the spirit of wisdom, for Moshe had laid his hands on him. And the children of Israel listened to him, and did as Jehovah had commanded Moshe. And since then, no prophet has arisen in Israel like Moshe, whom Jehovah knew face to face. For all the signs and wonders which Jehovah had sent him to do in the land of Mitzrayim, before Pharaoh, and before all his servants, and in all his land, and for all that strong hand, and all the great fearsome deeds which Moshe did before the eyes of all Israel. Joshua 1. And it came to be, after the death of Moshe, the servant of Jehovah, that Jehovah spoke to Yehoshua son of Nun, the assistant of Moshe, saying, Moshe, my servant, is dead. So now, arise, pass over this Jordan, you and all this people, to the land which I am giving to them, to the children of Israel. Every place on which the sole of your foot treads, I have given you, as I spoke to Moshe. From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even as far as the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and to the great sea toward the going down of the sun, is your border. No man is going to stand before you all the days of your life. As I was with Moshe, so I am with you. I do not fail you nor forsake you. Be strong and courageous, for you are to let this people inherit the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. Only be strong and very courageous, to guard to do according to all the Torah which Moshe, my servant, commanded you. Do not turn from it right or left, so that you act wisely wherever you go. Do not let this book of the Torah depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you guard to do according to all that is written in it. For then you shall make your way prosperous, and act wisely. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, nor be discouraged, for Yehovah your Elohim is with you wherever you go. And Yehoshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, Pass through the midst of the camp, and command the people, saying, Prepare food for yourselves, for within 3 days you are passing over this Jordan, to go in to possess the land which Jehovah your Elohim is giving you to possess. And Yehoshua spoke to the Reubenites and to the Gadites and to half the tribe of Manasseh, saying, Remember the word which Moshe, servant of Jehovah, commanded you, saying, Jehovah your Elohim is giving you rest, and he shall give you this land. Let your wives, your little ones, and your livestock stay in the land which Moshe gave you beyond the Jordan. But you shall pass before your brothers in fives, all your brave fighters, and shall help them, until Jehovah has given your brothers rest, as unto you. So shall they also take possession of the land which Jehovah your Elohim is giving them. Then you shall return to the land of your possession, and shall possess that which Moshe the servant of Jehovah gave you beyond the Jordan toward the rising of the sun. And they answered Yehoshua, saying, All that you have commanded us we do, and wherever you send us we go. According to all that we obeyed Moshe, so we obey you. Only let Jehovah your Elohim be with you, as he was with Moshe. Whoever rebels against your command and does not obey your words, and all that you command him, is put to death. Only be strong and courageous. Acts 1:1-14. The first account I made, O Theophilos, of all that Yeshua began both to do and to teach, until the day when he was taken up, after giving instructions through the set-apart Spirit to the emissaries whom he had chosen, to whom he also presented himself alive after his suffering by many infallible proofs, having seen by them for 40 days, speaking concerning the reign of Elohim. And meeting with them, he commanded them not to leave Jerusalem, but to wait for the promise of the Father, which you have heard from me. Because Yohanan truly immersed in water, but you shall be immersed in the set-apart Spirit not many days from now. So when they had come together, they asked him, saying, Master, would you at this time restore the reign to Israel? And he said to them, It is not for you to know times or seasons which the Father has put in his own authority. But you shall receive power when the set-apart Spirit has come upon you, and you shall be my witnesses in Jerusalem, and in all Yehuda and Shomron, and to the end of the earth. And having said this, while they were looking on, he was taken up, and a cloud hid him from their sight. And as they were gazing into the heaven, as he went up, see, 2 men stood by them dressed in white, who also said, Men of Galilee, why do you stand looking up into the heaven? This same Yeshua, who was taken up from you into the heaven, shall come in the same way as you saw him go into heaven. Then they went back to Jerusalem from the Mount of Olives, which is near Jerusalem, a Sabbath day's journey. And when they came in, they went into the upper room where they were staying, both Kepha and Jacob, and Yohanan and Andre, Philip and Thomas, Bartholomew and Mattathias, Jacob the son of Alphaeus, and Shimon the Zealot, and Yehuda the son of Jacob. All these were continuing with one mind in prayer and supplication, with the women and Miriam the mother of Yeshua, and with his brothers.